I'm just looking for some people that are on here to share it with. We're going to do some energy clearing tonight, some sound activation. Hi there. We got someone over there. Alrighty. Okay. Oops. Hey there. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Did you survive the apocalyptic ice storm? I hope you're warm now. People are asleep. Maybe. Well, it's 7:15 here in Boulder, Colorado. Um, if they're sleeping on the West Coast, that's pretty early. If they're sleeping. Let's open this night up with a little prayer treatment. My name is Rebecca Abraxas. I'm a metaphysical minister, a sound therapist, and spiritual life coach. So let's see what we got here. Little prayer treatment to set our intentions here while we gather some viewers. It says, divine source of my being, I speak forth into the presence at the center of my mind. I am one with you now and always. I am one with the divine now and always. In this state of oneness, my mind is inspired and directed by source. My actions are universally individualized in me. I create good in my life through source divine energy. I know good in my life through divine energy. No matter how hard fought at times the game of life may be, love revitalizes and renews me. Surely goodness is with me always as I dwell each day in the house of source mind. For this realization, I give thanks. I let it be so, and so it is. And so it is, guys. So let's see. Let's see how many people we can attract here. Over here, things have been acting weird over here on TikTok, hasn't it? It's been kind of strange. Um, Anyway, let's see. Oh, hello, Sam. Superfan Sam. Catnip ladies here. Welcome, welcome. And who do we have here over on YouTube? Let's share it. Let's share it. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. All right, guys, this is the spot where you start pressing that button so we can get it into the For You page. Just start getting some hearts lined up here and sharing it with some folks. Light up the comments. Let's get a good group here, because when two or more people hold this common frequency, we're going to create a repost the live. Oh, okay. How do I repost the live? Let's see. Repost. How do I repost the live? Maybe add to story. Story. Okay, let me see what else I can do here. What's up? I don't know what else. I don't know how to repost from here. Okay, here we go. And I'm doing it over here. Sound medicine, sound activation, energy clearing. Let's do that. All right, beautiful beings. So let's see if we can get a little bit of a crowd here going. I'm tuning in from Colorado, Boulder County. And it's a Monday night. Strange thing happened to me today. I slept till like 11 o'clock. That is like unheard of for me. Thank you so much, Sam. I appreciate you. Let's see if we can get this ball rolling. Let's get this party started. So I slept till 11 today, which is very, very rare for me. But during the wake up time, I started having all these kind of, I don't know, for lack of better words, just like awareness, I guess, downloads coming through. And yeah, it was really cool. And so what you've been tired. I guess I would have been tired if I didn't sleep till 11, almost 11:30. I'm sorry you've been tired. Let's see if we can give you some energy here tonight. Um, so one of the things that said it's just like you are an open channel and um start being an open channel, start offering that. And the idea was that the open channel is that with beingness consciousness, you're an open channel for being and tuning in to all energies, right? So basically, what we can do here as we're doing energy clearings is just open up to the highest good for all. So we could be bringing in holy fire Reiki energy. We could be bringing in certain light language. We can be bringing in all different stuff because if someone's an open channel, they've worked on aligning their frequency for this openness. So I guess that's where we're at. That's what came. That's what the awareness is. So open channel. Um, okay. So tonight we'll see. We'll see what energies want to come through. Lately, it's been fun, kind of being with Ashtar and Mary Magdalene. That's been fun. But let's see what comes through. You know, on Friday night we had a really good astrology update from my husband Matt Abraxas, and he was talking about Mars and Pluto being super close together, and I think maybe he called that conjunct. I'm not the astrology person. Sam, thank you so much for sharing it. I'm going to get us up to 100 here. There we go. But the thing is, when these two planets are so close together, it's creating a tension, Mars and Pluto. And this tension is creating intense energies, right? So today, if there was a little tension, I felt it yesterday. I felt pretty at ease today. But like just old like things that kind of get under your skin. That's what it felt like yesterday to me. So things kind of getting under your skin, little edginess. So if that's coming up for you, we're going to work on that tonight. We're going to work on that tonight. We're going to be doing sound activations and energy clearings with sound therapy and vocal energy healing. So I'm going to be using this bowl right here first, and we're going to come into this space of receiving. How many times do we want things to be different? We want to change things fast, but we're not into pausing and switching into receiving mode. So we're going to pause here and put the switch onto receiving mode, okay? So if anyone wants to receive tonight some energy clearing, some activation, they want to receive healing, come into this space. This is a F bowl. It's for the heart chakra. And when we ring it out loud, it's basically getting the heart in tuned for receiving healing, receiving remembering, receiving an activation, receiving transmission. Okay, so we've got 3 and 3, we've got 6 people. Great, that's enough to create a new reality. So on both sets here, if you would let me know where you're tuning in from and what you would like some support with, right? Like what's on your mind. So just pause, take a breath, allow yourself to let down any barriers to receiving. Heavy in your throat today, okay? I will help you with that. Allow your heart to soften. Pause. Start noticing the breath, the in and the out. Ozark, Alabama, welcome. Thank you. Thanks for playing. So just imagine this sound clearing your field, okay? And imagine me just clearing the outside of your auric field. Yeah. So allow yourself to be here now. If you have a few minutes to hang around, be here now. Okay? Okay, we're just going to get us all aligned in the same presence together here. Beautiful beings, I want you to think about this day. Where did you feel tense? Where did you feel edgy? Where did you feel tired? Like so tired. I was so tired yesterday, and I had to host my son's 19th birthday. And, we were just having a family day and going out to dinner. But I was so tired. And the day was interesting. Like, my son got upset about a few things, and I was noticing his reasoning and what he was talking about. I noticed that I was taking things personally. And I was able to turn it around and look at, oh my gosh, why is this important to me? I could see that it was some old thing that, mothering of like, being a mom, of like not getting it right or not doing enough, not being enough for my kids. That old wound came up. And that's a painful one. If anyone's a mom, you probably know that. Like, especially the further you are along with mothering, you start realizing that sometimes you feel like, oh, did I get it right? Did I do enough? Like, am I enough for them? It's a really tough one. But I'm kind of working on that and releasing that program. Um, so where do you notice? That was what I've noticed in the past 24 hours, where I needed to just reset and take a look deeper. So when the energies rise and they're pretty intense, it's an opportunity. It's a blessing. It's a blessing to see where we're like really hooked in, right? Where we're hooked into these thoughts, feelings, emotions, and stories that we've made so real in our lives that if we unhooked and processed them and said, this is this is what's happening. This is the present moment. If this person's upset or something like that, it has nothing to do with me. Let's both work on our own parts. It's also a time on Friday we talked about a Ho'oponopono. It's also a time to do Ho'oponopono so that you can clear the co-creating energy that we've had with other people, places, and events to co-create this certain edge, right? And we can release the edge by Ho'oponopono. Um, you say the person's name. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. And so this is a great opportunity we have these past next few weeks to clear tensions, to clear co-creations we made with other people, which are basically programs in the subconscious. This belief that like solidifies in our bodies, solidifies in our minds. So what are you willing to let go of now? I work with a five phase system. It's called the five koshas. So when I studied yoga therapy about 20 years ago, I learned this model called the five koshas, and it talks about the physical body, the energy body, the mental emotional body, the witness body, which is intuition, and then the spirit body. And according to yoga science, these five areas are human areas of consciousness, are of existing. And it's like it's a feeding in system, right? So the primordial wound is like that we think we're separate from our spiritual nature, so we need a separate voice to tell us to be aware of, and that's that intuition, right? So the minute you're separate, you need a new voice to talk to, like that you're talking to something separate. And so once the intuition kicks in, then we can start living from there. But a lot of times we don't listen to that. So then it's like this alarm system. Then we go into thoughts, feelings, and emotions, the mental emotional bodies, and that tries to get your attention. Like, this is important. Look, these emotions are flaring. But as humans, we've gotten that kind of mixed up too. We think we are our thoughts. Ah, thank you, Sam. We think we are these emotions, and we say, I am, the emotion, I am. So these thoughts really solidify, and then they get clogged up into the energy system, and they start working on the meridians and the chakras and the breath. And we start to see dis-ease and just stagnation in the breath, the chakras and the meridians, and in yoga science, these invisible pathways called nadis. And once they get denser and denser there, then they feed into the physical body, and the physical body starts having symptoms, right? Oh, I got a pain in my neck. I have this tightness. I have this inherent tightness. Um, my blood sugar's off. My hormones are off. Things become a physical pattern once we've ignored them enough in the energy body and the mental emotional body, and once we keep living this perspective of separation. And so in yoga science, they say that, well, healing the perception that you're separate starts to work up the whole system and resolve physical tension, breathing issues, chakras, meridian stagnation. It starts shifting your emotional IQ. You start having more intuition. So when we heal that separated perspective, this is all that. So really, every dis-ease in the body is related to our perceptions of levels of separation from our spiritual divine nature. Um, so what does this have to do with sound activation, you'd say? Well, sound activation is, it depends on who is doing the activation, right? So wherever you're practicing from, I practice from beingness consciousness, kind of this highest level of consciousness. This is where I practice from, and what you practice you become. And so what I practice is beingness, and this is what I'm helping others activate when I'm doing my vocal energy healing, when I'm intending sound, right? I do not use sound. I should say, I don't like using sound as a fix it mode. I like to use it as an activation of remembrance of consciousness. Because if you use it just like any other medicine, say like, you know, a Tylenol is going to deal with the headache. This frequency is going to take your headache away. We're still practicing victim consciousness. I'm interested in supporting being consciousness. So that's why they're called sound activations, not sound healings when I do them. Makes sense? Are you guys, is that interesting to you guys? Have you, does that make sense to you guys? Let's see. All right, guys. So I'm doing everything to try to build an audience here. Let's see if we can TikTok shop a series. But with the, oh yeah, no worries, Sam. Yeah, I got no worries. um, so how do we heal the perception that we're separate? How do we heal that? Well, I'm a strong believer in personal practice. I'm a strong believer in living aware moment to moment. And this is how we start doing that, because the more you practice higher consciousness, the more you practice witnessing yourself, the more you're going to realize that you're not really separate from anything. So one of the things that I did was take a sticky note and put it all over every mirror, every cabinet, right? Every place that I frequented on my dashboard in my car, to remind myself to ask the question, what is this? What's right about this I'm not getting? Who and what is this? And with those questions, every time I saw the sticky note, I was reminded to be aware. Be aware and get off default mode. You see, it's nice adding rituals to our day, but the rituals will get us, daily rituals tend to get us into default mode and getting an out of our awareness. So it's important to, yeah, set up rituals, but also become aware of how they can be put you on autopilot and kind of steal away your awareness. So I want to do a sound activation right now that helps us to become more aware. That means that it gives us the power to pause in our day and say, is this really what I'm called to do today? Or should I do it later? What's the highest good to eat today? Like, we're asking more questions, right? And to do that, we have to be able to pause and have a little bit of that witness. So this sound activation is going to remind you of the power of awareness that you have at every moment. Okay. Yes, hypnosis. Yeah, that these tones can bring you into like an hypnotic trance for sure, and it is very relaxing. Yeah. Hold on.
Hello.
I'm on a live. What's up?
Oh, I was just saying hi.
Oh, hi there. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So, um, so that was a little sound activation. So we want to live our lives aware. At least I do. And I think a lot of people that are attracted to my content understand that living living aware helps you get off of autopilot. Autopilot tends to feel like we're kind of stuck. We're on a rote, kind of monotonous cycle of life, right? Um, so that was a little activation for that. Yeah, tonight we're doing energy clearings and sound activations. Yeah. So if you feel like you are in a hypnotic trance over the sound activations, that would be fun. That's allowed too. All right. So why would we want to clear energy? Um, well, we're all in these fields together, and we all have this oneness, right? We all are living in this holographic field that we um, feel that we all can kind of interact with each other's energy. And if we buy into someone else's story, then we have this cord attached. And we want to clear that. We want to reset that, because when we have too many cords to too many different stories, we start to feel overwhelmed, exhausted. Um, we start to feel things that don't feel like connected to our lives. Does that make sense? We're like feeling things and we're like, wait a second, this doesn't. So, what I want to do right now is do an energy sweep, right? Just want you to take your hands and just whoosh, right? Whoosh. And the intention is to just sweep that energy clean. And then also, as you do that, whoosh, and then take your fingers and cut the cords. I know this sounds kind of funny, but I have noticed that this works because intention plus some kind of action um, makes it believable to the psyche and to the energy. And the physical body is nothing more than a focused intention over and over and over again. And so all we have to do is start clearing and cutting the cords, right? And then we can reset for the next day. So we just do a sweep. I intend to sweep the energy. Now, you would think, like, if we're all one, why how does this energy not like just come right back? Well, the thing is, we are all one in the energy of the divine, in wholeness and in love and in peace. But we don't have to be completely one with everyone's personalized human fear story, right? Ego individualized story. Collecting that in our field can be exhausting. So we keep the wholeness and the love that we're all united with, and we release the cords and the energy of people's individualized stories and um, ego focus and fear based realities. Okay. So here we go. Whoosh. We release, and we cut the cords. I tell you, I'll tell you a story, and if you've watched my lives a lot, you probably know this story. But when a classmate of mine from college or from high school passed, I saw it on Facebook. I heard about it from Facebook, and I hadn't seen them in like 25 years. But I started getting into the stories and seeing all the posts and the grief and the stories. By the evening, I was very grief stricken and very almost depressed, and I was in a really dense field. I was in a very dense state. And then it occurred to me, I was following these stories all day. I mean, this person wasn't, you know, she was part of my life years, like 30 years prior. And it wasn't even that close. I wasn't that close to that person. So, but somehow I got into the stories, and it made it feel like it was someone that passed, like, just that I knew, like, in my life in the present moment. That's how intense it was feeling. So I remembered this, and I was like, oh, I need to cut the cords. And I did. I cut the cords. And I did exactly what I'm just showing you to do now. And it was instantaneous. Instantaneous. Like, my mood shifted. I lightened up. Even like the complexion color, my complexion shifted. So these energy tools are powerful. Okay. So these are things that I use as a metaphysical mentor, like a spiritual life coach. And I weave that in with my vocal energy healing work, because these tools are powerful. And if you've been to a mainstream doctor or therapist and things just don't feel good, and you almost feel like you're getting worse, you're getting more triggered. I was with a therapist some years ago, and my relationship with my mother was getting worse. And I went to the therapist to heal some of this. And it wasn't healing, it was bringing it up more as reactivating the trauma. And so you got to be careful, because some therapists can reactivate the trauma. Not all of them, for sure. But I realized is I needed metaphysical um, resetting, right? I needed to step out of the psychology of things, and I need to take a broader perspective and take a look at um, the spiritual connection, right? The root. So, and since I've been doing that and letting go of the psychology of things, my relationships are way better, right? So sometimes relationships don't get better with psychology and therapy. They you basically push people away and um, hold really strong boundaries and label them and diagnose them, which is it's a step, but and it's important to expand past that step. So in the post that I made earlier today, I talked about the concentric circles. Our story with our family members, person, places, and things is in the center. It's a little ball. And to get perspective, and we're in that story sometimes for a while, but to get perspective, we step out the one ring, right? And that one ring out from the story is the psychology. And it gives us some great perspective and healing. But sometimes staying in the psychology is autopilot, and it actually, we need to step further out to the next concentric ring, which is metaphysical, vibrational, mythical, spiritual. So these are different healing models that I practice when I'm doing mentoring with people. It's really important to see where we're getting stuck, where we're in the loop and stuck in the autopilot, right? And the good enough. So a lot of times when we're in the psychology, we're like, oh well, this is the end all then, right? That person's a narcissist. I'm an empath. That's it. We can't really be together. Cut the cord, done. No, get more curious than that. Because one love consciousness would mean that we're one, we're whole, we are love together. So sometimes the psychology puts a wedge in your ability to expand to a higher consciousness. And I became really aware of that with my own family situation. So I ask you to ask the question of like, what is this? Who is this? When is this? What's right about this I'm not getting? All these open-ended questions really help us to grow awareness expanded out past the psychology of things. Let me know in the comments. Am I hitting a nerve? Is someone relating to this? So let's do a little more energy clearing. Um, rattles. Rattles are traditionally really good for energy clearings. The Native Americans knew this, right? When you think about it with sound healing, this what we learned in sound therapy school is that, yeah, this breaks up the static energy. Okay, so I'm going to do it over here. Just imagine this in front of wherever feels kind of stuck for you today. So rattle baths are really common, like Native American practice to move energy. Let me know in the comments. Have you ever had a rattle bath? Okay. Okay, let's get us up to 1,000, shall we, over here? All right, let me just see. Since I'm not getting much input into the comments, trying to get us up to 1,000. Who wants to help me get up to 1,000? Tap, 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 tap. Tap that screen. Tap that screen. Oh, we're almost there, guys. Tap that screen. Tap, 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 tap. Tap that screen. Come on, guys. Woohoo! We got it. We did it. 1,000 likes. All right, guys. So since we're not super active in the comments, I'm just going to keep talking, set the tone for things. But if you guys have questions about what I'm talking about, if you have things that you want cleared, if you want things that you want activated, the way I see what a sound activation is, it's basically my soul talking to your soul saying, psst, let's remember the bigger picture. Let's activate one love. Let's activate a broader perspective. So Sam says, when my dad gets sick, my body feels it, even if we aren't in contact. I don't like that. That would be according, right? I feel a need to help him. Okay. All right. So, does anyone else have that situation where when a family member gets sick, they feel it in their own body? Um, you might ask the question, Sam, and these are things to get awareness about your situation, right? Ask the question, what's right about this that I'm not getting, right? If you can feel it, can you heal it for him, with him, as him, right? If you have this direct link, are you willing to like take it and then offer it up to light, right? If you can feel it, you can heal it, and you might have that connection, right? So sometimes what our thing is, oh, I can feel it, I should just cut it and release it. Well, let's ask some questions about it first, right? What's right about this that I'm not getting? Is it mine to support his healing, right? We never know why we're here with certain people, right? Behind the veil, before we have, got our memory swiped, we came down and we made these choices to have these experiences with each other. Now, so I don't know exactly why you have this thing going on with your dad. I mean, you could cut the cords, right? Or you could ask, is this mine to heal with him? Right? Or you could say, what is this reflecting to me that I need to heal in myself? Yeah. Yeah. It is weird, but not weird because we are all one. And sometimes we connect with the density of two. So, yeah, just asks what's the highest good here? Is it to cut the cords? Or is it to do healing with him for him? Or is it to receive your own reflection of what this means and do your own deeper healing? Right? Either way, it's all going to serve the highest good. Does that make sense? And if you ask those questions and it comes to you quick and the awareness comes, let me know if you want some help processing it. We can do that tonight. Um, okay, Sarah. Hi. You were just diagnosed with Hashimoto's and wondering if sound healing can help with that inflammation. Of course it can. So this is the second person that mentioned the throat area. So let's do it. So the thyroid's like right in the throat area. And Sam was talking about throat. So let's do that. I want to do that with a tuning fork, okay, guys? Um, sound healing can work great with thyroid issues and the throat issues. And I'm going to get out my 384 hertz fork. Let's see. Humming meditation. Yes, Jordan. Humming meditation for thyroid and throat issues for sure. Oh, you have Hashimoto's too. Oh, you were just talking about throat stuff. Yeah. So Jordan's talking about the humming meditation for sure. Just humming 5 minutes a day can change so much for you. But what I'd like to do here is the tuning fork I want. $384. Yes, 384. Okay, guys, so we're going to be using this 384 tuning fork. Okay. And by all means, hum along with this, or just hum anything. You can just hum monotone, and um, humming helps activate the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is the 10th or 11th cranial nerve. I can't remember just the 10th or 11th, but it's the longest cranial nerve in the body and it innervates the whole body. And so when you activate it, it calms, right? Yep. Om chanting will do it too. So think about it. Om, and the M, you are humming, right? So I actually did a video about this just a few days ago about Om and the benefits of oming. So yeah, check that out. That's over there on the shorts or on the on my videos. All right, guys. So this is a 384 hertz, and it's a G note. And this G note is very good for the throat chakra. Okay. And humming along with it will also create a vibration internally for that thyroid and to bring in some nurturing for the throat. So here we go. Let me just get this microphone up here. Okay. Okay, so you guys on over here, you guys hear that? guys hear that? 384 hertz. This is for the throat chakra. Hum, 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 hum. Great, guys. Between both platforms, we have 10 people. My vision for tonight was 20 at one time. So let's make that happen. Let's make 20 people happen. So if you could share this live, we'll visit. Hello there. All right, guys. So hum with this sound and see how it feels in your throat, thyroid area. A lot of women are getting Hashimoto's. That means Hashimoto's means that it's an autoimmune system that your body is attacking the thyroid. Anytime you have an autoimmune, you want to ask yourself, why am I attacking myself? Right? Where is there self-loathing? Where is there, if you look Louise Hayes, we can see any kind of autoimmune would be some kind of self-loathing, self-hatred. So where have you put yourself down? Where have you mimicked someone putting you down and you've mimicked that for yourself, right? There's something called biomimetic mimicry. Biomimetic mimicry. And that's where we unconsciously have mimicked someone in our life and created this dense or negative pattern in ourselves to protect others. Yeah, interesting. Others' emotions, yeah. But why are we so interested in protecting other people's emotions? Because emotions are alarm systems for us to wake up. So that is a subconscious belief in your if we have to protect them from having emotions. It's like protecting someone from their alarm and turn it off so they don't wake up in the morning. And then they're all pissed at you because you're like, why'd you turn my alarm off? I really needed that alarm to go off. Right? People need their emotional alarm to go off because it lets them know what subconscious programming in their mind is active, right? And so this whole thing, Sam, is like it was my job always. Well, get that into the sound here. Hum that away, because that is a misperception, right? Your mom didn't like emotions. She didn't like reminders to wake up. She didn't like reminders to say, "Oh, I'm sad. I got to process that energy, so I, come back to joy." The thing is, most people, I'd say probably 98% of humankind have the wrong idea about emotions. Most people think if they start feeling emotions, it's going to take them over, right? But if you let them and you're present with them, they actually resolve within like 10 to 20 minutes. People also think that if they feel it, then they're going to become it. Like they're going to become the grief monster. They're going to become a negative person if they just feel emotions. No, that's not true at all. So we're very, very, very misinformed about emotions. Emotions are an alarm system that helps us let us know where we are, what belief we are deeming important, what needs to be reprogrammed so that we can reside back into our higher divine mind, right? That's all emotions are. And having a high emotional IQ means that you're not reactive from your emotions. You're not saying, I am my emotions. You're feeling them, letting them be, processing them through so that you can really be the divine essence of yourself, your soul self, your whole self, your love self. How is this feeling on the throat? So, when we go into explaining mode of like where these emotions are coming from and why I have them and all that kind of stuff, notice the stories you're telling, notice the beliefs you're telling, notice the past, the past you're talking about, right? And when you notice yourself saying that enough and you're like, I don't want to tell this story anymore, I don't want to be this story anymore. And when you make that choice, then you can actually cut the cords from that emotional identity that feeds the body. So once that emotional identity goes, then there's nothing else feeding the body. Then eventually you clear the chakras and the body eventually clears. So you got to get to the root and acknowledge it. And then we start moving the energy. So this is a really good example, Sam, when you were talking about um, I'm working on not worrying about people's emotions. My mom didn't like emotions. It was my job to watch other and to protect others. These are all um, storylines, right? These are all belief systems. These are all things from the past that you're bringing into the present that you actually can choose to leave back there and stay in the present clear moment of knowing all emotions are is a healthy alarm system and I'm only responsible for mine. Amazing, perceptive, and insight. Lots of takeaways. Oh, you're welcome, Sarah. You're welcome. You're welcome. And I'm hoping that this. And over here, what do we got going over here? Who's over here? 4 people are watching, and I'm wondering who it is. What is your perception about emotions? Does it align with you, of them being an alarm system? Hi, Laura. So we're playing with the 384 hertz. It's a G note, and we're kind of hanging out, just moving energy in the throat chakra. We're doing some energy healing on the throat chakra right now. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go give my my son a hug. I'll be right back. So while I'm gone, just let me know where you are tuning in from. We have someone from Alabama, someone from Chicago, and I'm in Colorado. Where are you tuning in from? What? I know, but are you going out today? No. Oh.
Look at what I got.
Wait, I'm on my live, so I just want to give you a hug. Well, can I get it after? Oh, that came in. Cool, dude. I'm gonna finish my live and I'll come chat some more. All righty, guys. All right. Oh, nice. Central Texas, Toronto. You guys are awesome. Hi. Okay, we've got Indiana, Toronto, Central Texas. We're all over. Awesome. So, how did everyone handle the deep freeze? Indiana, was it cold? Did you guys, Central Texas, was it cold? The reason I love learning where people are tuning in from is just like I like the idea of, just seeing a map and just seeing a pin where everyone is, and then just an energetic pin so that we just have this broad quilt of love, right? So we're going from Central Texas to Colorado to Indiana to Chicago, right? Um, Temperature 9 with snow on the ground. I'm from Colorado. Oh, you're from Colorado. Cool. 9 degrees. Yeah, it was 9 the other day here in Colorado. We have 14 inches of snow and it's -4. Oh my word. Oh my word, Laura. Wow. And how is Toronto? Wow. I don't know. It's fun just hearing about weather. I hope everyone's safe and doing okay. We just got a sprinkle of snow and some ice, but now it was back up to 35 degrees. What? 2 feet of snow and -40 Celsius. Oh, I have to learn what Celsius is. What is the Celsius? If it's -40 Celsius, what does that mean in Fahrenheit? And why can't we just all be on the same system, right? Pick a system and let's all use the same one. All right, let's do a sound activation, shall we? What would you guys like this one to be about? What is -40 Celsius? Would that be 0? I don't know. Okay. Let's continue with healing the throat. Okay, so we've got Sarah, I think it was Sarah and Sam that both have this experiencing. Let's all think about how we say things too. Like think about when I say I have or I am, right? I am sad or I have Hashimoto's. Let's not give it that much power, right? I'm experiencing grief or I'm experiencing Hashimoto's. I have an experience of Hashimoto's rather than saying that, because when we say we have, it just solidifies the story more, right? So this experience of Hashimoto's, we're going to do a little sound activation and see what happens. Sound activations can bring awareness. They can bring transformation. Right. And so let's let go of the I have and just say, oh, I'm experiencing this Hashimoto's. I'm experiencing my thyroid in this way. And what would it take for my thyroid to express differently? Right? Right. Exactly, Sarah. That you're getting it. Yeah. I have feels so permanent and heavy. So permanence and heavy is not of our divine nature, right? Divine nature is light and it's infinite and it's free, right? So I have an experience of my thyroid not working. That's interesting. Let's get curious about that. Let's see what programs are in place that are putting that in place. And then we can say, what misperceptions have I believed that are creating this thyroid to act this way, to have this experience, right? Then we might get some perception, we might get some awareness about what to shift, right? Or there might be some blessing in this, right? What's right about my thyroid that I'm not getting? What's right about this Hashimoto's that I'm not getting? So this is what this sound activation is all about. So if you want to participate and receive, close your eyes, come into receiving mode, listen to the tones, see what happens. So, thank you, Laura, for that comment, that compliment. Um, so tune in, feel the field of silence around you. All right. So it's the silence after the sound that gets to be so interesting. And that's where the awareness comes in. So, did anyone have an awareness? Calm and relaxing. Very powerful, like a call to action. Oh, right. Great. So, what call to action did you feel called to? Yeah. If you felt like it was a call to action, then there is some action for you to take. And what is that awareness? If you knew that you knew, what do you know? If you knew that you knew, then what do you know? What action is there to take? Made me feel strong, like a warrior. Awesome. You are strong. You are strong, Sarah. You are. So, guys, if you like these little mini sound baths, I do private like sound medicine. I do something called the harmonic healing map, where my husband does the astrology and I do the sound medicine. I also do 15-minute Zoom sessions if you want to just do a focused session. And also, if you're one of the calls to action is your own sacred voice, bringing your sacred voice online. I have sessions called Awakened Voice. And I do that. We combine metaphysical mentoring, spiritual life coaching, along with voice work, voice technique, and voice empowerment stuff. So that's my Awakened Voice session. So if any of that is interesting to you, check that out. And those are the things that I do in my business for people, with people. So let's keep talking about programs. All of this is a program. This body is programmable. It's neutral, right? It's kind of like this computer that I have sitting here. Without its hardware, without its programs, it's just kind of this body, right? This computer. It's just a shell, right? But when we breathe in life force and we start bringing in programs, what program do you want to live? I love The Matrix for that. That movie, that old movie, The Matrix. I love that movie because it really shows us, like, where are we plugged in, right? What is our mind telling us that we are living? And you can change that. If you think of this as the collective energy, right? We feed into the collective energy. We're corded, like we were talking about like earlier, we're corded into that collective energy, which means that we're corded into the beliefs of everything, the beliefs of what we're seeing. But really, it's just a reflection of what we're corded into, right? And so, if we really want to do transformational work and we truly want to get to and really live out this higher consciousness called beingness consciousness, where life is happening as you, we really have to take a look at where we're hooked in to the collective consciousness, unhook and reprogram. Right. And that's where the Course in Miracles, that book that I've been studying, talks about where you're hooked in. Like the first lessons is like, look around the room. That chair doesn't exist. That lamp doesn't exist. Like, it's teaching you to perceive differently. And the Course in Miracles is a book about the foundation of inner peace. This broader perspective is going to give us inner peace, unhooking from the collective energy, collective consciousness, unhooking from that and coming into a beingness consciousness where life is happening as us and we get to set the programs. No longer are we on unconscious default modes, right? And so that's what my music's about. The open channel I am with my voice is really to get your soul online, remembering and getting the awareness that, oh, I can unhook, I can run a different program. I'm also a voting member of the Choctaw Nation. This is medicine. Wow, beautiful. The Choctaw Nation. Wow. Very cool. Very cool. Thank you. Thank you, Sarah, catnip lady. Um, I love the roses. I love the roses. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Here's a big cheer. Shout out for catnip lady Sarah. Oh my gosh, and Laura with the puffballs. Thank you, Laura. This goes out to Laura. Thank you, and thank you for the roses. Thank you. So, what else do we want to talk about today? What else do we want to be, know, and do right now? We've got another half hour to be together. Um, let's keep going with this thyroid thing. Can I share the hypnosis technique? Okay, who wants to do the hypnosis technique, guys? Do you want to do Jordan's hypnosis technique? You know, Jordan, I'd rather do it on your live because I don't know what your stuff's based in and stuff like that. And I like to just run my live. So, calming, just, I don't know where, anyway. Can we just go to your live? Let's go to your live and do that. I think it's better if we run it through your live because, we're just talking about some other stuff here. So let's keep going with the throat chakra because the throat chakra is more than your voice sounding out. The throat chakra's about claiming. It's about creating. It's about choosing, right? And when we're disempowered and we're on a program of seen not heard, a lot's not heard, right? It's like your whole creation force isn't heard or seen. So it's a really important piece to heal, and the thyroid's in this area. So if we're willing to claim back being seen and heard and really choosing yourself, not your individualized self, but yourself, the wholeness that you are, if you could choose that, that's what this throat chakra is all about. And Hashimoto's is the breaking down of the thyroid. It's the breaking down of the true self. Think of it that way. I want to heal the autoimmune so bad. It's fear stuck, I feel. Yeah. Yeah. So all the misperceptions that are feeding the fear that are sitting in this area of the body, would you be willing to acknowledge that fear and then offer it up to the divine? Offer it up to your higher self to resolve. Say, I don't want that program anymore. I don't want that program anymore. I acknowledge it, and I offer it up to the divine. Okay, and let's just keep bringing on more and more awareness. Okay. We're just allowing beingness consciousness. Life is happening for us and as us. And if it's happening for and as us, this Hashimoto's is a path to awakening. It's a path to your higher self. Can you make me a mod? I can mute. They don't know what that means. Can you make me a mod? Oh, a moderator. Yeah. Yes. So catnip lady. How do I do that? Let me see. We are going to have a moderator. Gift, draw, lightning, playbook. Okay, we are looking for how to do a moderator. Can notice boards. No. I don't know how to do it. I think I've been doing these lives for so long. Let me see if I press on your thing, if I can make you a moderator. Oh, there we go. Okay. Sam, you are a moderator. Got it. Yay, never had a moderator. That's awesome. All right, let's continue. So this is for the throat chakra. 384 hertz. If you hum along with this might be very, very healing, very activating for that throat chakra. And when I say, thank you, when I say activating, I mean that we're activating the truth. We're activating the truth that hangs out here. We're activating the truth. We're letting go of the falsehoods, the misperceptions. So just hum along with the sound. So just hum along with these sounds. Hi, Owen. Welcome. Yeah, so just hum. Yeah, this is a G note. This is for your fifth chakra. It's not just about your speaking voice or your singing voice. It's about choice and creation. It's a very important frequency, an area of your body experience to activate, upgrade, whatever program that's sitting there. A common program is be seen, not heard. Don't speak up. You're not allowed to have your emotions. You're not allowed to speak your emotions. What else weren't you allowed to speak, right? You weren't allowed to express anger. That's all hanging out. That program's hanging out in your throat chakra. So if you came from parents that didn't like emotions, that didn't want to feel emotions, then you weren't allowed to voice your anger. Or if you came from parents that just didn't know how to receive love, like speaking love, saying I love you, wasn't really permitted or allowed. So that's another program that we're living by that can really shut down the throat chakra and really affect that thyroid. Does anyone want to look it up? Let me see if I can look it up. I'm going to pause on this. I'm going to look up Louise Hayes real quick, what the thyroid is. Thyroid issues. Let's see what this. Okay, so Louise Hay, if you remember her, "You Can Heal Your Life" book, and she did like her whole life was about putting different body parts, linking them with certain programs that we've had. So here it is. Louise Hay links thyroid issues to feelings of humiliation, frustration, and the belief that you never get your turn to live your own life, often with the thought, when will it be my turn? She suggests the thyroid's throat location reflects suppressing your voice, and proposes affirmations like, I move beyond old limitations and now allow myself to express freely and creatively. Core belief, you feel you're not allowed to do what you want, holding back your true self. Guys, I really recommend going into Louise Hayes and look her stuff up about the thyroid and follow her affirmations. That'll add another layer of reprogramming for you. It says here the metaphorical meaning. The thyroid of the throat signifies your voice and self-expression. Holding back leads to thyroid problems. Suggested affirmation, I move beyond old limitations and now allow myself to express freely and creatively. Yeah. Says, yes, feels accurate. That's the second time I was told to follow her daily. Mhm. She has some cards too. She has a little deck of cards. That's I really like too. She was, I don't know when, she was well into her 90s when she passed recently. What a beautiful life legacy she have. I got, my mom gave me the book, You Can Heal Your Life, when I was 19, actually. When I was 19, my mom got me that book, and right now it's in pieces. I need to get a new copy. They have a really pretty like art, like colored copy these days. You Can Heal Your Life, and I really want to get that one because my book is in complete pieces. I've used it so much. How we doing over here? How we doing over here? Who's over here? You guys are quiet tonight. All right, let's see. I found a little book at the thrift store, an affirmation book. Cool. Oh, let me show you my affirmation book that I got from her. All right. This is a little affirmation book. It says Heart Thoughts. This is the one you have, Sam? This is Heart Thoughts. Let's look this up. Let's see. My mama writes, what I would love for you in your life is peace, love, and happiness, honesty, understanding, well-being, faith. Then all else falls into place. Sure does. My mom yeah. All right. Let's see if we can find anything for the thyroid in here. It says abundance, acceptance. I'm going to read the affirmation topics. Right? If I say one that you want to hear, write it in the comments, okay? Okay. Abundance, acceptance, accidents, affirmations, anger, being enough, beliefs, beyond limitations, business, change your thoughts. Okay, if there's a topic that you want to hear about, let me know. Childhood, being enough. Let's do that one. Good one. 21. Okay. It says, if we wait until we become perfect before we love ourselves, we will waste our lives. We are already perfect right here and right now. It says, I am perfect exactly as I am. I am neither too much nor too little. I do not have to prove to anyone or anything who I am. I have come to know that I am the perfect expression of the oneness of life. In the infinity of life, I have been many identities, each one a perfect expression for the particular lifetime. I am content to be who and what I am this time. I do not yearn to be like someone else, for that is not the expression I chose this time. Next, I will be different. Next time, I'll be different. I am perfect as I am, right here and right now. I am sufficient. I am one with all of life. There is no need to struggle to be better. All I need to do is love myself more today than yesterday, and to treat myself as someone who is deeply loved. As I am cherished by myself, I will blossom with a joy and beauty that I can barely begin to comprehend. Love is the nourishment that humans need to fulfill their greatness. As I learn to love myself more, I learn to love everyone else more too. That's a good one. Together, we lovingly nourish an ever more beautiful world. We are all healed, and the planet is healed too. With joy, I recognize my perfection and the perfection of life. And so it is. That was a good one. That was a good one. That was a really good one. So, guys, we are enough. We are perfect. We are perfect for what we need to be doing right here, right now. Okay? So let's remember that. Let's remember that. That goes perfect, I think, with the throat chakra too. So let's just keep healing that throat chakra. That's the theme. Because Hashimoto's is such a common thing. Is anyone over here having like a thyroid issue or Hashimoto's? Um, so just hum along. Hmm. Hi, Allison. Or you can just do the lower octave. Wow, that's interesting. I mean, do you guys all live in the same area? I wonder if it's like a um, maybe common parenting or maybe a common chemical in the atmosphere. I don't know. It's weird that all your friends have it too. But not weird. I mean, so many women have this. Maybe raised by the same generation. Yeah. So if we were going to come up with an action plan to turn this experience around, if that was for the highest good, right? So everything's happening for the highest good, and everything has a program. And sometimes we've have agreed to come and have this experience, say with Hashimoto's, and there's an agreement, and that's what we're doing. But there's also another thing that's happening too, which is the not loving the self type thing, the not being able to express oneself, not having your turn, right, to be yourself, and that's affecting the thyroid. So there's two different things, and the one we can, well, both we can change. Everything's infinite and changeable, but it's just how hooked in are we? Now, some Buddhist monks would say just to be with it, right? Just completely have absolutely no resistance to it. Just allow it and be with it. Be with what's happening in your thyroid. Be with the discomforts it brings. and just totally be in complete acceptance. Resist nothing, right? Sometimes that brings healing. Healing in the way of like just peace around it, right? But if we actively want to heal it, we actively want a different experience, then we would have to go in and work with the programs that are causing it, right? So let's keep humming. So, Hashimoto's and thyroid issues are very common with women these days. Are you one of the people? Are you one of the women here that um, has some thyroid issues? I wonder if I do. Sometimes I see like a little bulge on one of my um, but I had an online like psychic chiropractor tell me that my neck is somewhat straight. And she said the position of my neck is kind of pushing the thyroid a little bit more forward into the side. I was like, oh, well, that makes sense because I have a more straight neck. And if it was curved, it might, I don't know. I think I have a misaligned thyroid, but I think it's working. I think it's working. All right, let's hum a little bit longer. Some days I do get tired. Some days I have like yesterday. I mean, I didn't sleep very well, but I just have this like intense exhaustion sometimes, but I don't know. Um, I've started to do qigong. I'm pretty excited about it. Um, I've started a 10-minute practice. I'm going to work up, but I've been doing the bow and been doing the punch, right? And the big breath, like I step on my toes and I come down, I lift my toes up. Big breath. Anyway, qigong. Does anyone else do qigong? Guys, I can't believe how fast this live went. Wow. Um, so if anyone's interested in singing and like sacred voice, if anyone's being called to use their voice in sound healings or with Reiki or things like that, and you want to have some more technique, mentoring, or remove some of the programming that kind of disempowered your voice, I do awakened voice sessions, so you can find those over there. The other thing is tomorrow morning we are doing 3 minutes of love, and I saw a post the other day, or yes, actually it was today. I saw a post today that talked about over in Asia there was 5,000 kids from all these different school districts meditating at the same time, and it just made me think of this 3 minutes of love. I'm trying to gather a big group to all take 3 minutes to just meditate on love, basically with sound. So please come back tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning we are going to meditate with on the top of the hour. Here it's going to be 9 o'clock in Colorado, a.m. And just be with us. Just hold the love with us. Okay. Let's see. You joined a studio at one point to do Tai Chi. Yeah. Um, Tai Chi and Qigong, they're similar, right? They seem kind of similar. If anyone knows the difference between Qigong and Tai Chi, please let me know. Ooh. One last plug is that, guys, if you are interested in astrology and you would like to know why you have a certain emotional setup, or why or you want to transform relationships or body issues, we can take a look at your map, your astrology map. We can see why that's manifesting in your chart and in your life, and we take a look at how that shows up in your chakras, and then we create a personalized sound medicine for you that's 30 minutes long that you keep listening to, that helps you activate healing. So if you're interested in that, that's harmonichealingmap.com, and we'd love to do your harmonic healing map. My husband helps with the astrology part. And so if you're interested in that, go to my link and check it out. And we're happy to do payment plans, or happy to do sliding scales. So we just want to do them for people. So but we have to get paid a little bit of time. Um, but please, if that's interesting to you. So if you ladies that are having Hashimoto stuff, the harmonic healing map might be a way to reset the programs, right? Yeah, check it out. It's called Harmonic Healing Map, and I believe it's over in my link. It's just a link there, and it'll goes to a landing page, explains it all. Yeah, cool, Sarah. We'd love to help you with that. All right, guys. So I would like to do a closing sound activation. This activation will be um, to activate our nervous system, our parasympathetic nervous system, right? The calming part of our nervous system. Okay. So that we have a very restful night's sleep. And the intention is to calm the parasympathetic, to calm that nervous system. We start calming the programs that are at play in this chakra, this throat chakra. The throat chakra of like, I can't have my turn, I can't have my voice, it's not safe, I don't, right? All that. We're calming all that down. We're letting it know it's safe now to be. It's safe now to be. And so as you go to the dream time, I want you to just keep this programming of it's safe to be now. The new program we're putting into the throat chakra, it's safe to be now. It's safe to be seen. It's safe to be heard. It's your time. It's your turn. And it's safe. Okay? That's what we're going to do here. I'm so glad your throat is feeling better. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Well, come on back 8:45 a.m. Mountain Time, or 8:30. I think we're starting. 8:30. Come on back. That would be 10:30 Eastern Time, 7:30 Pacific Time, 9:30 Central Time, for 3 minutes of love tomorrow morning. Spread the word. All right. So we are calm. We are whole. We are love. We're going into the dream time to rest, reboot, and may we reboot to a program of the truth of ourselves, that we are whole, that we are infinite beings with anything possible. Sarah, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. So may we have an easeful time getting to sleep. May we feel truly nourished by the rest that we have. And may you wake up feeling excited about your day, in love with life, and having the energy to have a truly wonderful day. So from my heart to yours, namaste. I'll see you tomorrow morning.